This is Sky Sports 1.
Sky's premier sports coverage is presented in association with Ford.
As comes out, he's hooked into the net, but the whistle's gone for offside, and it's no go. And that shows the spirit of the game as they shake hands.
The crowd is getting thrilled and plenty, and the climax...
Passes back. Philbin is there, and he fires in a terrific shot.
1-1 after a really fine first half.
And used again. He's trying every trick.
He's curled it in! Oh, what a goal!
That's a magical finish. Quite magnificent.
Oh, it's a great goal! That's the way to break it open. Closing in!
Ford Super Sunday.
Super Sunday is at Anfield for the first time this season. It's against two sides that show their continental flair here in the Premiership. We've got Liverpool versus Chelsea, the entire match coming up for you this afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the programme. An astonishing 3 hours of build-up we'll bring to you, and then the entire 90 minutes of this fabulous Premiership fixture. And it is a fabulous fixture because it's two sides that like to play, that like to attack, and we could be in for a fantastic game today. Well, alongside me is Trevor Gray, and Trevor, I want to ask yourself first and foremost your thoughts on today's match. Well, the big thing today for Liverpool, it's a chance to go to the top of the Premiership. Now, we know the club's pedigree, but for some of these players, have they got the steel to really seize this? And I think today is going to be that big test for everyone in a red jersey. I feel if they can come through it today, that will show that there is a little bit of fight in there, and I would fancy them to really go on and challenge for this league title this season. And thoughts on Chelsea? Well, just not get me wrong, Chelsea have had an amazing start to the season. They've played some really good football. I do think they're one or two players short of a really, really good squad. I think they need a little bit of creativity, particularly in an attacking position. And I think that's what Ruud Gullit needs to look for if he's in looking around the transfer market. But overall, I think Chelsea, they're gonna. You'll see from the team lineup, they've lined up really defensively, and I'm wondering potentially is this negative mindset going to play into the game? Well, you can find that out very shortly because we will be going over to Anfield to join our commentator right after this. Well, Anfield is in full voice and the Kop is as live as it's ever been. And it is a brilliant atmosphere. So let's go join your match commentator for this one. It's Trevor Tyler. Well, many may hope that perhaps this is the moment Liverpool finally kickstart their campaign and challenge for the championship. This afternoon, it's going to be a real test for them. Patrick Berger comes in to partner Robbie Fowler in a striking partnership. For Chelsea today, Frank Leboeuf has moved into defensive midfield role when Michael Dewberry brought into the back three. It's a defensive change that is made, but one hopes it certainly leads to a good game. It's Liverpool-Chelsea, and it's live! I tell you that Chelsea won the toss to kick off, so as a result, it is they that have put Liverpool in to attack the Kop. Oh, what about that? That might be the quickest goal we've ever had. Steve McManaman. Unbelievable here. Less than a minute. Liverpool have scored. Well, I was about to say that they were put into attack the Kop first half, and that's exactly what they've done. McManaman, absolutely brilliant, played in by Berger. Well, the Czech Republic international saw the English international in space. The Russian international Dmitry Carling could get nowhere near that. Liverpool lead inside a minute. So John Barnes and Steve McManaman. Michael Thomas is the chosen wide man for Liverpool today. Here's Berger. Not afraid to come deep to get possession. Here is Michael Thomas. Berger, nice football. McAteer looking for the cross. It's marshalled at the moment by Newton, who does well to win the ball back. Liverpool lost it. Thomas has stolen it in a really good pace. Berger, Fowler tries to go first time and hits the bar. And Liverpool were a fraction away from making it 2. Fowler uncharacteristically going on his right foot, but it just flew over the bar. Carling was an incredibly lucky goalkeeper there, and Liverpool very unfortunate for not doubling their advantage. Paul Scholes' goal when Manchester United demolished Nottingham Forest was the quickest this season. In terms of live matches, that might be the quickest we've ever seen here on the channel. Newton, Hughes, back to goal. Good challenge from McManaman. Fowler getting the flick on. Can Berger get there? Yes, Berger can. But he needs support. Options arriving. Here's Thomas. Jason McAteer now. Fowler wanted a long pass, didn't get it. It's not a great clearance. It's Steve McManaman. It's Patrick Berger. It's 2. So clinical in front of goal. Liverpool double the lead. Fine work in the end, but Chelsea were unable to clear this away. It's a botched clearance, and when it falls to McManaman, Berger one touch to turn, and when he becomes goal side of Frank Sinclair, in this situation, this is an easy finish for the quality of Patrick Berger, and that left foot rifles it in. 2-0. Here's Bjornaby. Now Jason McAteer. That's a good looking ball. Berger, flick through! Oh! And Steve McManaman was so close, and the referee, I think, is going to pull play back for a foul. Eddie Newton on the edge of the area. Liverpool are going to get a free kick in a promising position in the end, rather than the corner, and this is why. And we can see Berger, he was caught by Newton. That's a good spot. Advantage played, but not to be. Now it's Barnes. What can Barnes do? There's your answer. A fantastic finish from John Barnes. And half an hour into the match, it could be game over. Just wonderful football. Free kick was just about as good as it gets. Beautifully flicked up over the wall and in. Astonishing football. And Barnes' brilliance makes it 3-0, and the captain is on the score sheet now. Dennis Wise, Frank Leboeuf. He's lost it. It's Fowler. It's Berger. Fowler again. Can he seize Berger? Yes, he can. Patrick Berger buried there on goal. Good save by Dimitri Carling. It will be a corner. But the football between Berger and Fowler was sensational. And Robbie Fowler did brilliantly to play in Patrick Berger, but he was forced onto his right foot. And it was a good save. Perhaps Carling's first save of the day. Well, Barnes to take the corner. Michael Thomas is running short. Myers is across. Thomas will get there first. That's a dangerous looking cross. And Patrick Berger arrived onto it. Couldn't direct it goalwards. But good football from Liverpool, and they are very, very unlucky in my opinion. Well, the challenge here for Chelsea is how do you respond? That's been done this season. Middlesbrough were 3-0 down to Liverpool and sort of a remarkable equaliser, but you want to hear the cop behind her for Chelsea good enough. That's a good looking ball though to Clark. It's a better looking cross, but far too close to David James. It's marked levels of improvement today, but it's not quite anything good enough at the highest level. Fowler up against Johnson. Bjornaby's got there. Here is Steve McManaman. Oh, here's Fowler! Oh! Fine save by Dimitri Carling here. You just thought this was Robbie Fowler's moment to make it comfortable. And that's a good stop in the end by Carling. Good little give and go. Myers was able to charge forward ahead of Berger. Just Hughes in the area. But the cross was towards Hughes, who couldn't direct it goalwards. A little bit more intent here, shown by Chelsea. Myers did well to get away from Berger. When he got the cross in, it was a lot to ask from Mark Hughes, mind you. Barnes. Bjornaby. Good run here by Bjornaby. Fowler and Berger are still in the area. Bjornaby can find a cross. He might just do that. He has found a good cross. Just headed away at the last second. Eventually Rude doing the business and getting it away for Chelsea. Liverpool finishing strong. Here's Patrick Berger in a little bit of space for Liverpool. Vialli coming back and having to win possession. Well, it's an emphatic way to return to the summit of the FA Carling Premiership for Liverpool. The quickest goal perhaps in a live match we have seen. It caught everyone out, including the commentator. But Steve McManaman's early strike was so vital in this contest. It has set the tone for a game in which Liverpool have completely dominated. Chelsea have really struggled today, and a lot of soul searching required. The Liverpool Football Club, a phenomenal performance by all those that are here today, and it'll be the day they'll remember. 7 games into the FA Carling Premiership, and Liverpool return to the top. A comprehensive win and results. Full time here at Anfield is Liverpool 3, Chelsea 0. Full analysis coming up right after this.
Ford Super Sunday.
Well, full-time results. It's a comfortable win for Liverpool in the end, but Trevor, first and foremost, we need to talk about the opening 42 seconds as it worked out. Liverpool score the quickest live goal that's ever been seen on Trevor Sports. Magical, but let's not get it wrong. It was poor defending from Chelsea's standpoint. I don't know why Frank Leboeuf was moved into that defensive midfield role. I know they've got injuries, but he looked out of place. He didn't look like you know what to do, and that's the gap which Patrick Berger plays in Steve McManaman. And then McManaman, it's a great hit. I will take nothing away from it. I've got to question Dimitri Carling. I don't think that's good goalkeeping. He lets that fly past. Whether he sees it late, I don't know. I think as a top-class goalkeeper, you need to be anticipating and preparing to leap across and parry that away. Well, that wasn't the case in the end. The effort itself was flown in, and Liverpool went on to completely dominate the game and, took me through their other 2 goals. Well, I like this goal because it's good link-up play in the end, but when Berger gets in this position, that left foot, I've very seldom seen players hit the ball as cleanly and as beautifully as Berger can do. So when he's in this position, I have no doubt that it ends up in the back of the net, 99 times out of 100. And then Barnes' free kick, well, we know what Barnes can do. We've seen him before. Has he still got the same sort of legs that he had before his knee injury 4 years ago? Not so he plays a slightly deeper role, but he uses his brain to great effect. But when he can hit a ball, my God, does he. That's flown in. It's excellent stuff. Well, confirmation then. Let's go ahead and look at all the games that took place yesterday. Well, in the end, the game between Sheffield Wednesday and Derby County, the best chance and fell to corporal punishment. Harry Whittingham headed it flied wide. There was a controversial moment. Des Walker was sent off for this lunge into Dean Sturridge. Referee, you can see him thinking about the yellow, and then at the last second changes his mind and says red card. And this one was goalless. Well, look at this pass by Ray Parlour to Ian Wright at the Riverside. Away from Pearson, away from Wright. And it is Ian Wright ahead of White to get past Walsh and to score. That's a bit of a mouthful. Second goal was scored by the man of the match. Dennis Bergkamp found Patrick Vieira. The Frenchman charged through. Completely called out Walsh with an excellent hit. Good win for Arsenal. Arsene Wenger's influence just starting to appear in the side. It was a 1-0 win for Newcastle United against Leeds United. Ferdinand finds Shearer. Caught out Nigel Martin with that left-footed strike. Really good finish in the end by Alan Shearer. There was to be a moment where Ian Rush nearly found a way to break his duck, as it was billed striker on striker. But his effort just clipped the outside of the post. And Ian Rush, his goalless streak continues for his new club. Well, the bottom of the table clash really between Blackburn and Everton. It was Chris Sutton's free kick that put Blackburn Rovers in the lead. An excellent free kick, mind you. Really hit this. But Blackburn Rovers draw level when Nick Barmby, look at this, looping it into Hinchcliffe. Berg nowhere, Ferguson, thunderous hits. Big Duncan there, striking and levelling the game. It was 15 minutes to go and that's how it settled. Manchester United were lucky really to escape with a goalless draw in the end. Dwight York was the tormentor. That was the best save that Raymond van der Houw, stepping in for Peter Schmeichel, made. And then there was a moment at the end where Dwight York nearly won it with about 5 minutes to go. Just the wrong side of the post. Would have been spectacular if Villa had won there. It was spectacular at Roker Park, mind you. Look at this brilliant persistent run from Noel Whelan. Gets the shot away. Tony Coton powering it away. Throwing back the years. And then in the end, Sunderland were able to get a winning goal. Stewart, Kelly, Quinn combining. Rikozovic is absolutely apoplectic at how static his defenders were. But Niall Quinn's effort has just thumped in off the posts. Blackburn have a big win at Roker Park. West Ham, well, look at this early goal that they scored here by the man that got 4 last weekend, John Hartson. I don't think you're going to see a sweeter finish than that. There was nothing that Mark Crosley could do. One good turn deserved another. This time, though, Hartson was the provider. Flick on, finds Zidi Dimitrescu. Absolutely no chance, Crosley. West Ham in Dreamland 2-0 up. But there was a way in which Nottingham Forest got back into the game. It wasn't of their own accord. Young Frank Lampard's getting in the wrong way and heading in for an own goal. In truth, though, Forest just didn't quite have what it take to find that equaliser. It wasn't the best start when Leicester City started. Chris Armstrong found room and a really good finish past Keller. White Hart Lane were delirious the fact they thought they were going to see their side get off to a good start. But they were pegged back and beaten in a home defeat that's really going to put pressure on Jerry Francis in the end. Steve Guppery's cross met by Muzzy Izzet, who was unmarked in the area. A brilliant header down, and it was able to fly past Ian Walker. And there was to be a second goal in the end. Neil Lennon's ball into Stuart Grayson. Look at this for a touch and that for a finish. If there was such thing as goal of the month, that would be a contender, no doubt. A wonderful hit, and Leicester with big win away from home. But it wasn't the biggest win of the day. That was saved in the end for Wimbledon. Efin Okoku, scoring last weekend, scores again here. Now, throwing back the years is Vinnie Jones. Look at this run, completely unchallenged. It's a brilliant finish. Nothing Dave Besant could do about that one. Selhurst puck jumping about, but Besant won't want to see this again. Jones eventually laid in for Leonardson, gets the shot in with the left foot. It's just completely missed, many people can say, by Dave Besant. Big win for Wimbledon. They're winners by 3-0. confirming that. Here are all the scores in the end from yesterday. So, most notable, Aston Villa holding Manchester United to a 0-0 draw. United having their standing goalkeeper Raymond van der Haal to save for that. Newcastle United, big away win for them at Leeds United, as did Arsenal over in Middlesbrough. Derby County do keep their goal difference plateaued, but 0-0 against Sheffield Wednesday, who set the early pace in the Premiership. A home defeats for Nottingham Forest and for Tottenham Hotspur. Big win for Sunderland, and Wimbledon with a huge win over Southampton. Top of the table, Liverpool have gone top. Match day 7 of the FA Carling Premiership, a point ahead of Manchester United and that ever-increasing goal difference. Arsenal have drawn level in 3rd place and are just a couple of goals behind Manchester United. And Newcastle United are now up to 4th, their best moment in the Premiership race thus far. Aston Villa and Middlesbrough will still be positive. Chelsea are only down to 7th after that defeat. West Ham, Sunderland and Wimbledon all in the top half. Lower half, the early season pace setters Sheffield Wednesday still struggling after getting going. Leicester City, though, newly promoted along with Derby County, ahead of some Premiership All-Stars with Nottingham Forest and Coventry. Forest and Leeds United just 1 point ahead of the relegation zone. Blackburn Rovers yet to win this season. Southampton and Everton just ahead of them. So it turned out to be a blink and you'll miss start here from Liverpool. They were comfortable winners in the end and moved to the top of the Premiership. A wonderful results, and we thank you all very much for tuning in. Hope to see you again very soon. Bye bye.
Ford Super Sunday.